welcome to day 2 of our Vibrant Music Teaching birthday celebrations. This is the Success Story Spectacular. And all this week we are sharing success stories. We're celebrating teachers who are doing awesome things and just rolling with the punches in these strange times all week long. We're also playing games live. We're also giving away prizes. So let's get started. A huge warm welcome to all of you who are joining me live. I am so excited that you're here, and I know it's bright and early for many of you at this slightly earlier time. So say hi, get the enthusiasm up, let's get the blood running nice and early in the morning or late at night, if that's when you're joining me, if you're over the other side of the world. Let me know where you're joining me from. And let me know a story about a time when a game came to the rescue, because that is our theme for today. So all this week, it's really just about celebrating, right? You guys who followed the YouTube channel for a little while, you might know that for tutorials and the chats we do, which are on specific topics, these are not training videos, okay? This is just about celebration. I thought we needed a week, that we could all use a week to just say, gosh, aren't we great? Aren't we doing great? Because we are. As a community, we're doing wonderfully. Even if you feel overwhelmed right now, you're still doing wonderfully. You really are. And we need to celebrate that. And what better time to celebrate that than VMT's 3rd birthday? So if you haven't met me yet, if you haven't met VMT, my name is Nicola Canton. I'm a piano teacher over in Dublin in Ireland, and I run a community called Vibrant Music Teaching. And that's what this week is in celebration of. It's all about Vibrant Music Teaching and the community we've created there and around Colourful Keys, the blog, and about having some fun together. Okay? So we have a different theme each day, and I'm going to be sharing clips from interviews I've been doing with members recently. I've done a series of interviews to celebrate the birthday and get a sense of where different teachers all over the world are at, how they're dealing with this situation, how the roller coaster has gone for them so far, and where they're looking forward to going next. So I've grouped those into 5 different themes, my clips from those interviews into 5 different themes. If you want the full versions of these interviews, members can find those inside the video library. So there's 1 releasing each day. So there's 2 up so far. We're going to be releasing them over the next, over this 12-day period to celebrate the Vibrant Music Teaching birthday. So those are the full interviews. But right here, I'm just showing you clips from those on a specific theme. And as I said, today's theme is games and fun. Because, I mean, of course it is, right? Of course it is. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I've got 6 great clips for you today. And I think the tech is going to behave better than yesterday if you joined me yesterday. So it's going to run even smoother. Maybe. I mean, who knows? It's a live show, right? Excited to have you here, Nan. Great to see you in the room. Helen, awesome to see you here as well. Helen was one of my interviewees for this series. She said, I love how games create spontaneity. I had a student who was so quiet in her private lessons, and during the game, her lively personality came through with jokes and smiles. I love that. And actually, it brings me to the thought of how different students are in a private versus a group setting, right, Helen? Sometimes they really surprise me, and they're so, this student who I've been so used to looking at one way in our private lessons, I take them into a group class and it's just like, oh my gosh, who are you? Like, I had no idea this is what you'd be like. So I love that lesson. Hello to everyone who's joining me. Oh my gosh, Sharon, great to see you here. Nan, that's lovely to hear. She said, Vibrant Music games are the game changer. So many times when words fail to teach a concept, the game wins. Using STEM fail game pieces as flashcards at last night's theory lesson. Oh, you just used those. That's awesome. Fantastic. Okay, continue to say hi and hello and share your game inspirations and things that games have helped you do in your teaching. I told you yesterday, if you joined me, I told you that although we've already had some fun surprises, it's already been super, super great, and we're continuing with those traditions. So we're going to be unwrapping one of my games from behind here. We're going to be sharing the clips. I'm going to be giving away one prize to someone who has shared a success story. So if you haven't heard about that yet, we're running a competition all this week to share success stories. You can share them on Facebook or Instagram. Here's the rules. It has to be a separate post. It can be within a group, any group you're part of that's allowed in, within a group, or on your public page or profile, as long as you use the hashtag #SuccessStorySpectacular, I will find it. Do not do it as a comment to one of my posts or something like that, because I won't be able to find it. They don't show up in search. I've done my testing. It doesn't work. So it has to be a separate post wherever it is that I'm a part of and you're a part of, if it's a group, and that you use the hashtag #SuccessStorySpectacular. Spread the word about how awesome you are. Take a moment to boast about how great you've been doing, because you have been. That's what this is all about. So if you share one of those, you will be entered into this drawing. We had a winner yesterday. Janelle has already picked out her t-shirt, and it's already getting ready to be shipped to her. The order's already gone through for her. So you could be winning one of those things if you shared a success story. I was going to say the past 24 hours, but if you've shared a success story so far with that hashtag, I'd say before a couple of hours ago, because that's when I input them. If you share it today, you'll be added into the drawing tomorrow and going forward. Okay, so they are cumulative, that's what I'm looking for, over the course of the week. So the earlier you share this, don't put it off until Friday. That gives you less of a shot of getting in. Oh no! Okay, so it'll be building up all week. There'll be more and more entries all week. Now, on that note, here's my extra surprise for today. Today, I'm also going to pick someone from the chat, someone who is here live. So I'm giving away 2 prizes of their choice. It's entirely up to people what they choose, and yeah, I'm going to be giving it away to someone who's here in the chat, because I want to reward people who are showing up live. I know some people are staying up extra late, getting up extra early to show up here, and I want to reward you guys. So I will pick someone out from the chat. Now, I'm not going to pick a comment that just says, hi, or yeah. I'm going to pick a substantial comment. So anything you share that is a big thing, you're in the running to win, except if you're Janelle, because she's already won, and I see her comment right there. So I will, if I accidentally pick her out, I will metaphorically put it back, because we're not doubling up on prizes in this week. Okay? So I'll just do a random scroll. That's how that'll work. There's no way of doing it magically on screen yet. That's something that should be added to some software, but doesn't exist yet. So I'll just do a random scroll and pick sort of a da-da-da-da. At random from the chat, I'm going to pick a substantial comment. So if you're just watching, if you're sitting there going, oh yeah, this is very nice, and you're not commenting and joining in on our wonderful community, now is your chance. Now is the time to jump in, okay? Because you could win a prize. I mean, come on. It's well worth commenting. So, here's what you could win. You're going to win your choice of these items. It's entirely up to you. You pick a mug, you pick a t-shirt in your size, you just let me know. If you're the winner, you just email me, let me know which one you want, and it will start magically flying over to you. So we've got an awesome selection of 2 fantastically vibrant t-shirts, and then we've got our 3 different mugs. So you're going to want to comment today to be in with a shout of winning one of those, and you're also going to want to share your success story to double your chances of winning one. Okay? Now, that being said, let's dive into our first clip of today on our fun theme. Okay, so our first clip is from Helen, who is live. Sorry to embarrass you, Helen. But we have to start off with you because she shared a really important lesson that really is the reason I wanted to make this our theme.
I think that element of surprise is very important. We were talking about that in one of the YouTube talks last week. I have Spotify, so every week for a brain break, I put together a playlist based on what I think we should be emphasizing. One week I did 3/4 time. One week I did, I'm going to do find the pulse in a slower piece. Um, and so we do that in the middle of the lesson. Um, I teach a lot of older kids who don't necessarily want to be moving around on screen in
Mm.
front of me. So I allow them to go off screen, and I say, you can jump, you can dance, you can do whatever. And then when they come back on screen, I have them kind of just show me this way by just showing me where the pulse is.
Isn't that awesome? I wanted to share that not just because of Helen's idea, which I think is great, and we talked in her interview about how that actually shows how much she trusts her students because she lets them go off screen and she lets them, move around and not be embarrassed if she has slightly older students about like dancing in front of her or trying to find the pulse if they find that hard, and then they come back on screen and show her. So she's showing her trust for them, but she's finding a way to get students off the bench, and that's really what our theme is about today. It's about getting students off the bench. Tomorrow we're going to be sharing some more diverse fun surprises, so more kind of gamification but just fun. I was going to say wacky, but that doesn't sound quite positive enough. Like out of the box ideas, that's what I mean, tomorrow. But today is really about games, and games particularly that get you off the bench. So there's some great comments coming in about, um, about games that you guys have been using. Let me see here. Gabrielle said, I had huge success trying my first online buddy lessons. We played Oral Owls via Google Slides, and the girls took turns playing the melodies, and the other guessed. I love that. For a great mood booster. I love that for sure. If people aren't aware, if you're not a member, if you're a member and you haven't seen it yet, we have a lot of games now available in Google Slides. So that's how, even if you're teaching online right now, or even if you can't physically share physical games, you can play these games on the screen. So we have those great options for you. And Helen loves Oral Owls too. Yeah, that's been a real hit because it's so simple, right? It's simple, it's effective, and it's about oral skills, which we all do struggle from time to time to include in our lessons. Our next clip is a really great one about movement. And this is one of my favorite go-to things to do, and it is something simple that you can take away from this video and use right now, right today. Does that sound good? This is the number one way to make theory fun without any preparation or thought on your part.
We tried to do off-bench activities, which was harder online,
Yeah.
but in-person lessons, it's easy to go on the piano, off the bench, on the piano, off the bench. So what I did was try to find ways to get them more active during the lessons. So some of the things we did was like have flashcards, and then I would say, okay, go put those flashcards at the other end of the room, and we're going to race.
Yeah.
So you're going to go grab a card, bring it back to the piano, see what it says, name the note and play the note, and then run back and grab the other one. So
don't you love that from Nefeli? Just running over there, running back over here. It's that simple. Just put it over the other side. And if your student is coming to you through a screen now, get them to put it over there. Right? You could even do this with books and things. I mean, anything that you can put over the other side of the room to burn some of that energy, because not only if they are still on screen for you, they're probably doing a lot of things on a screen right now, right? For sure. And they're probably doing Zoom school or whatever, and they just aren't moving enough. And beyond that, actually, their eyes are not focusing on different ranges enough. This is something that's huge for teachers as well. It sounds silly and small, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's important. One of the reasons that we get so exhausted when we're looking at a screen all day is because our eyes are only focusing in the, what would you call it? The short distance, right? We need to be looking at the horizon more often because evolutionarily we're built to look into the distance, okay? So one of the reasons we get so exhausted and our eyes get so tired is, yes, we forget to blink when we're looking at a screen, but also we don't look in the long distance. And it's the reason why we also end up with glasses on our face. So, that's not why I have glasses, by the way, but it can cause these kinds of vision issues. So just focusing on a distance and doing those kinds of games where you have to go across the room to get something, it will encourage your student to look away from the screen. And that's really important. Christy said, I'm using more and more movement activities in lessons. Now that the kiddos are becoming more comfortable, they are loving being silly. Yeah, as we get used to being on a screen, it gets easier to get them to do these things. And especially older students who might be a little bit more reticent to move around in the beginning, just make it normal. Just make it part of what you do. So our next clip is from Anya. And I think Anya's live as well. Oh yeah, there's Anya right there. So Anya was teaching music garden before she found BMT and still teaching a music garden style. And so she had a lot of adapting to do, as she told me in her interview, because she normally teaches in a very movement-based way, right? And you're sitting on the floor and you're doing all these activities to prepare for the songs, for the pieces. And so this is Anya's story of how she started to adapt her teaching for online lessons in a way that worked for her.
And if they have the ability to set their laptop on the floor, I do encourage that to do that. But most of them kind of have it set up next to the piano. And I don't want always the parent to, okay, now we're going drumming, let's do it on the floor, now we're on the piano. So it has to kind of stay stationed. But I do tell them, no, we're going to move the bench away because I want to see you standing in front of the camera, in front of the laptop, because we're going to do now a movement with this song. So I try to incorporate the activities that are related to the song. What's hard are the games, and we do like little games about somebody's hiding the money in the key, and it's a singing and a question and answer song where you really need to be there. That's, Nicola, where your games came in. Yay! That's when I really was like, that started more like in June when my semester was over and I finally had a little bit of time to check out your website and kind of listen into some of your teacher chats. And that opened up the world to me. And now we're doing, when we were still doing group online or even private online, I'm saying we're going to start now with squishy squash, or it's a surprise starter today. And literally that has opened up a whole big new world for me. So will I continue that? I will. You can see right there in the corner over in my the corner right there, I'm starting the library.
Oh great, yeah.
Yes.
I can see the collection starting to build up.
It is, and I can't wait to really say today we're really going to take 20 minutes and we're going to play this game, and they are loving it. They really are. Something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, and it happens to be that two students moved far away into a different state, one actually on the east and the west coast during the pandemic, new job, and they both want to, another one just a little bit away from here. Families wanted to continue with me online, which is self-explanatory now in this time anyways. And so I'm really using these board games with them, just one-on-one, that you have the slides, the Google slides, and I'm also using the little surprise starters and what is that, the little piano improv tutorials. I forgot the name of it.
Simple Sparks, is it?
Simple Sparks, yes. Yeah, so thank you. It's just amazing what this really pandemic has changed evenly, I don't know, for my way of teaching.
So it's so true. It's changed so much about how many of us are teaching. And we talked about that yesterday too, right? I think that's going to be the theme of the week, is that we were pushed to do something differently. Anya was too. I think she would agree that she can let me know in the chat that she was pushed into this a little bit, that she was perfectly happy teaching in her old style. But now she has new options open to her as well. So that's awesome. It's a wonderful lesson from this. These interviews that I've been doing have been a bit of a world tour. So we're going to head, that was in the US, Anya's over in the US. We're going to head over to Asia now, and we're going to hear from Eloise. And she's sharing how she's been using the 1 minute warm ups, which are one of our new resources to get kids up and off the bench.
The last week of August, I saw you posting the 1 minute warm ups. And I tried it to some of my students. And it was magical because, you know, being in online lessons, it's very sedentary. You're just facing the camera, the laptop or your iPad. And now, before lessons, they were kind of surprised. What is this you're letting us do? But they loved it. They loved the underwater volcanoes and all the other warm ups that you did.
So I love that from Eloise, and I can see you're live too as well, Eloise. That's awesome. So it's absolutely essential to get students off the bench, and you could hear there in what Eloise is saying is this isn't really how she was teaching before, right? She wasn't making students watch a video and get up off the bench and do strange actions that are related to sea themes, right? That seemed strange to her students. But she went to them and said, look, this is what we're doing. And they were like, okay, so they might have been a bit uncertain in first, but they did it, and it gets them off the bench. And as someone was saying earlier, who was that? Nan, we do as teachers too, right? So if any of you are using the 1 minute warm up, I really, even if you're online, I encourage you to do it with your students, even if they can't see you. So if you put me up on the screen, because it's a video of me doing it, put me up on the screen, the students can follow that. Get up and do it too, or do your own version of stretches. You know, you don't have to be as silly as me, but get up and do some stretches while they're doing that too. It's a great 1 minute break. And I've been doing, so we're back in the studio now in a socially distant way, and I've been getting up every time to do it with the students, and it matters to get up even for that 1 minute out of your hour that you're teaching the student, right? To get up and move properly and stretch and all of these things. So it's absolutely essential that we do some movement as well, as Nan said. So our second last clip is from Megan, and this is an idea that I am so jealous of. I wish we could do this. It's not feasible here in Ireland. But Megan, during the summer, and I still think a little bit now, Megan can correct us if I'm not right, but she has been taking her lessons outside. So here's how Megan's experience with that has gone.
So I stopped doing online lessons over the summer, and I've been carrying this thing out to my porch, and I've been doing lessons outside. So masked lessons outside and, sanitized and washing and the whole thing, but I have them jumping rope to keep the beat because we're outside and we might as well really make the most of it because some of them have trouble with that. So that was one of my fun ones too for porch lessons, is jump rope.
So there's tons more info about how Megan did that in her full interview, which we'll be releasing later this week. But it's a great thing, right? Has anyone else taken their lessons outside? If you have the climate for it, honestly, this is your chance. Take something outside. Or our content assistant at VMT, Melissa, she took her recital outside, and she travelled around to different students' houses and had garden recitals, basically. It sounded awesome. Or you should call it yard recitals, right, in the US. But Sounded awesome and such a great opportunity. Again, if you have a climate where it's not going to inevitably rain on your precious keyboard, I highly suggest you give that a go and get them jumping rope and get them marching and get them moving, because we are all so restricted right now in terms of sticking within this area or that area, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. Janelle said, yes, outside lessons. I did some of these this summer. We love it. My neighbors did too. Yeah, I love that your neighbors can then listen in. You know, my neighbors can hear a lot more of my lessons now because I have to leave all the windows open as much as possible. So we're all getting out into the community whether we like it or not. Our last clip is from Valerie, and I saved this one, different Valerie than the one that's live. And I saved this one for last because it's the most important message of all. So let me let Valerie take it from here.
Everything first switched, I just kind of gave myself permission to go back to really basics. Like my first year of teaching while I was still in school, how do I show up every week and teach this kid how to play a song? Not gonna worry about the extra stuff. I think we maybe in the first 2 weeks we did lots of high, low, middle, oral games and that kind of thing to at least keep something exciting, but it was just a lot of figuring out how to explain this way instead of demonstrating at the piano.
Yeah.
And then I think from there, after the first couple of weeks of just settling in, I tried to add in one thing each week and just challenge myself to try a new thing. So at the beginning it was, oh look, I could share a whiteboard and maybe we could practice drawing some notes together. And so I taught all my students how to draw quarter notes and quarter rests, and all the 7-year-olds were very excited to get a piece of paper and show me their quarter note drawings.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely? The reason I shared that last, I think many of you will know, which is Valerie's talking about one thing at a time. And she shares even more about that in her interview, her full interview. And it's just so important. So when I talk about all these different ideas and things, don't try and do them all. Pick one of them. Maybe you do the 1 minute warm-ups because you think, yeah, we are not moving in lessons, and that sounds doable to me. I can screen share the video and do it with my students, and that sounds okay. So you just take that one idea today and you try it for the next several weeks. That's fine. And then you just give yourself permission to try that one thing and keep everything else ticking over, the regular stuff, and then you can come back for another one when you're ready. One thing. Yes, for sure. Okay, we are going to have a game now. Are we ready? Yay, games! We're going to do games, and then we're going to do prizes, and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay, so here we go. We are going to pick our game for the day. Here we go. Here's our spinner. It's only got 4 colors on it. Time's already flying. Pink! Okay, it's pink game day. Are we ready to see what's in the pink game? Oh, this is a good one. What do we think it is? Any guesses? This is a good one to try and guess, guys. What would be this shape? It is not a toilet paper roll or a kitchen towel roll. What do we think it is? I'm going to unwrap it down here and you guys can have a guess. You ready? Get your guesses in. Remember, the more you comment, the more likely you are to win a prize, actually. Because when I'm scrolling, right, you're increasing your odds. A poster is a good guess, but that's not a game, is it? But then this isn't technically a game. Rhythm Sticks is much closer, Janelle. Laurie, Kaleidoscope is close in a weird way. Let's see. Rustle. Can you guys even hear me while I'm doing this? So loud. Ready? Oh, you might have seen the side of it. Yes, Sharon. A boom whacker. It is a boom whacker. A lot of these unwrapping things are symbols rather than actually the game. Yesterday we had our story die. Today we're going to guess some tunes. They're in boom whacker colors, which is why that's what I wrapped. But the actual game is going to be on your screen. Okay? So I have it prepared somewhere. There it is. Okay. See if you guys can guess what each of these are. You ready? Here we go. Okay. Have a guess. I started with the easiest one, so come on, you can do it. You can do it! What is it? This is a game, by the way, that I've taken out a few of them from this set of games, so I did this as part of my Christmas party over. Yes, thank you, Nicole. Okay. Good job. Okay. So that one was Star Wars theme. What's this? Not as sure that you guys will get this one. So as I said, I did this as a Guess the Tune at our last Christmas party, and I had the boom whackers out, and it was really fun. It was a good one in the corner. It was not the winner of the day. We'll be sharing about all these Christmas games, by the way, closer to Christmas this year, in case you want to use some of them. But it was not the winner. The winner was this crazy snowman thing that I created with beanbags. It was madness, and the kids absolutely loved that one. It was called the Symbol Snowman, but this one was still popular. It was still good. It was a good sort of quieter corner, if you can imagine boomwhackers being quieter. But it was almost a quiet corner. I had it over by the colouring station. No one has guessed this one so far. Am I talking too much to allow you to concentrate? I'll give you another few seconds. Everyone's still guessing Star Wars. That one's gone, guys. Oh, me singing random tunes is not helpful. Sorry. Okay. I don't think anyone's going to get this one. Maybe you'll guess it after I've already flipped the card over, but we're going to go anyway. We'll keep going. That was Believer by Imagine Dragons. I was going to say more of a contemporary reference, but it's not quite contemporary, is it? No idea from everyone. Okay. Let's see if you can get this one. I think you can do this one. Oh, by the way, I didn't say this. They are all morphed into some form of C, a major, in a very awkward way sometimes because of them being on boomwhackers and them being for beginners. So like if you're looking at any of them and going, that's not the right time signature for that, or that's not the right key, they are not in the correct key. Thank you. Everyone got that one. I knew you would. Okay. Next one. You can get this one too, for sure. You can definitely do this one. We've only got a few more. I can't remember how many I did. What is this? Remember, the time signatures are not accurate and there's no bar lines. And yes. Yeah, and there is a delay. That's why I'm stalling plenty of time on each card. So don't worry. I am giving you enough time. But there is inevitably a delay. But that's that's how it works. Thank you, Carol! Well done. Okay, I think this is the last one. Yes, this is the last one. So see if you can get it. Nice syncopated rhythm at the start here. This would be a great one to teach your students. I think they would love it too. Not that everyone doesn't love Hey Jude and For Elise, but this is more of the times. Well, okay, let me clarify on the delay thing, because oh, yay! Well done! Okay, as I said, that would be a great one to teach to your students. You guys are really good at guessing. There's only one that you didn't get. That was good. Well done. And very few wrong guesses. Are we ready for the drawing? We're going to do the pre-submitted Success Story Spectacular hashtag ones first. So those are the people that have written a post about a success story on Facebook or Instagram. A post, not a comment, on Facebook or Instagram. And we're going to do a drawing for one of those first. And they're going to win something from the swag store of their choice. And then lastly, we're going to pick someone at random from the chat. Okay? Awesome. So here we go. Back to my screen. You ready? It's looking a lot more full than yesterday, don't you agree? It was only a few comments yesterday and they've been pouring in over the last day. So make sure to get yours in there early in the week as well, because it'll only get more and more full as we go through the week. Oh my gosh, Laurie, I love that. I play this with my kids using notes and I call it My Eyes Can Hear. What a great way to say audiating, right? Basically, my eyes can hear. Okay, here we go. Who's it going to be? I love that this one comes with confetti. You ready? Julie! Congratulations to Julie. She's our winner for today. Julie said, I started my first brand new student online for the fall semester. I grabbed VMT's online from the outset and followed it loosely. We're both enjoying the rote pieces along with her lesson book. Using Tanara has also been a huge help since I can post reminder videos and recordings of anything we've worked on in her lesson, and she feels free to contact me over the week if she gets stuck. And we've got a lovely party face too to boot. By the way, congratulations to Julie, but also, by the way, there is no bias towards people who share things specifically about VMT resources. It can be a success story about anything. You can let us know about anything that you're proud of from about the last year-ish. Okay? So share your success story if you haven't already to be in the drawing tomorrow. They're building up all the time, so there'll be an even fuller wheel, more full? Wheel tomorrow. But congratulations to Julie for today. We'll be getting in touch with her to let her know that she's won. And if you're watching this, Julie, you can email us to let us know as well. Last drawing. Are we ready? I'm going to do a random scroll through the chat. So, yeah, here we go. I'm just going to scroll randomly up and down. And I've got an Apple Magic Mouse, so the scroll goes fast. It's going... If only you could see it. It's so random. Okay, here we go. There! Gabrielle! Gabrielle is our other winner for today. She said... Yeah, this is one I already read out, so awesome. But that's nothing to do with why you won. I just picked it totally at random. So, Gabrielle, if... please, if you're live right now, congratulations, and please send me an email. So email support@vibrantmusicteaching.com. If you have my direct email, email me and let me know what you want from the swag store, and it will be sent to you like magic. Magic from people doing lovely work. So you can have a t-shirt, you can have a mug, you can totally choose whatever you like. Congratulations. Shoot me an email to let me know where we should send it and what we should send to you. We'll be back here again tomorrow, and I'm really excited to be back with you again. It'll be a hump day like no other, right? There's no hump day in birthday week, so it's going to be awesome. It's the same time as this chat for the rest of the week, okay? So the same time as this every day until Friday. Friday is the big day, the birthday, so bring along cake. Now you can bring along cake every day, I won't judge you, but you definitely need to bring cake on Friday. That is a requirement. I won't let you in. The bouncer will be at the door. They'll stop you if you don't have cake. Them's the rules. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow. Have an awesome rest of your day or evening, and I'll chat to y'all soon. Bye!